Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas Behaalotcha. But it's an interesting parsha, a lot of important details, lighting the menorah candles, Pesach Sheni, and so on. But before we get to the not so pleasant part of this weekly Torah portion, I want to tell a joke. Joke that you probably heard many times, very typical joke for American Jewish society. Jewish American ladies, they're going to the kosher restaurant, ordering the food, getting their salad, chicken, whatever they order. After a while, the waiter comes to the table and he asks, "Ladies, is anything okay?" Yes, unfortunately, we know how to complain. And I know that I complain a lot about us as Jewish people complaining all the time. Listen, this is my job as a rabbi. In the synagogue, if something wrong from AC to the parking lot, from coffee machine to the time of the davening, all Jewish people will always find to complain. And obviously, it will be all my fault, rabbi's fault. But I'm okay with that. But interestingly, part of my job as a rabbi, I have to officiate, unfortunately, a lot of funerals. It's an undetachable part of my occupation. And when I'm interviewing the family that lost their loved ones from the older generation, 20th century generations, I always encounter a situation when almost in all the cases, the people are saying that they never complained. They never complain about what's wrong, what's bad, how they're feeling. They didn't want to overwhelm their relatives. They want people to feel comfortable about this. And I asking myself, why? The beginning of all the complaints starts our weekly Torah portion, and it tells us we complain about everything. We complain about cucumbers and watermelons. We complain about chicken and the fish. We complain about water and the coffee. Whatever it is, we complain. But everything started in the 11th paragraph, in the first sentence in our weekly Torah portion, when it says that the Jewish people were complaining in the ears of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when I was studying this part of the Torah, the weekly Torah portion this week, I was looking for the reason why people were complaining, like all the other complaints throughout the book from this moment. But there was no reason. It doesn't even say in the Torah why the Jewish people were complaining. And this is a problem. We were complaining because everything was good. We already left Egypt. What we need to do? Just scrap together the man, pack the temple, stand in a straight line with our flags up, and march victoriously to the Holy Land for the bright future. And in Book of Yeshua, it says that we didn't have even enemies. Nobody would even had an idea to attack the Jewish people at that moment. Everybody was afraid of us, as we read at the beginning of the book, Yeshua. So why to complain? Because of life is good. Because now we need to live and no enemies, no problems. So we find the problems within ourselves, within our nations, in our difference, and start to complain about one another and find other reasons to complain about. That generation of 20th century that living this world right now that never complain, they were survivors. They survived the revolutions, they survived wars, they survived Soviet Union, communism, whatever it is, they survived immigration. They were surviving. They were not living yet. They were surviving in order to live. We, and now nowadays, we already don't need to survive. We need to know how to live. The Jewish people back then, they left Egypt, they left oppression of slavery, they left all the misunderstandings and unclearness in the beginning of the first year in the desert. Now everything is good. We don't need to survive anymore. We need to learn how to live one with another without complaints. So maybe we already left Egypt. Maybe we're not slaves already. Maybe we already survived. Now it's a more difficult task. It's to learn how to live. Thank you very much. See you next week. Good luck.